Oh no, he's not performing. He's going to perform. There he goes.
Yeah! Who's a good boy?
Okay, we got to pull him out now because he'll suffocate. You're a dance mum. I feel like a dance mum. Okay.
We want more.
I gotta see the front. I gotta see the front.
Okay, you ready? One more time, buddy. You want to have a breathe? Okay, you ready? Here we go. We're going in. Go for a dive. Yay! Whoop. We're failing. We're failing miserably. You ready? You want another shot? Okay, do it on your own.
Look, 你问我是否向往天堂 Oh 娜娜，我向往更想回到 playground Yo yo yo， 是时候说出你的愿望 Oh yeah yeah， 我需要变更强的配方
The dog was just jogging along in the footpath next to
Oh,
the car.
they-
It was like snuck out as we shut the garage door.
Me and the missus were driving the other night and
So I'm just here with a new friend Geordie, dude that runs an awesome group with a bunch of sales leaders, so he's a sales coach, and we're just catching up to exchange value and pretty much become friends. It's gonna be awesome. So we're about to do, tonight we're doing a values launch to the team, which is essentially a big set of standards and things that we all hold each other accountable to in the business to give us the most chance of succeeding in our roles, in our lives, with the vision of the business, and something that we've put so much freaking work into getting right this time. We used to have a set of values that we tweaked completely, but these values are fucking awesome. The way that summarizes why they won is because they were one single impenetrable unit, whereas everybody else on the opposing army were individuals scattered with their own ideas and thoughts, whereas the actual strategy behind how they won was they were a unit that couldn't be, no one could break through because there were no gaps. There was no single person that let anything or anyone down. They all held strong to their position. And yeah, that cluster kind of arrangement was impenetrable. Main thing, like I mentioned with the first value that we stand for is strength. And the reason we stand for strength is because we have to. Because no one else in the fucking space is doing it. And it's the single biggest contributor to client results is having the courage to be able to allow your best self call out their worst self so that they can step up and do it without our insecurities getting in the way of telling them the truth and holding them to their word. No one else does that. That's why the performance coaches is such a vital part of this whole arrangement. Because if you've got any insecurities, the clients don't get results. Give kudos and making them really feel like they're fucking beasts, but without losing any of your self-love. So never putting yourself down to put them up. Never saying, like, you're way better than me at that. It's like, you fucking rock, while you maintain your own self-worth. And a lot of people diss themselves to up other people. I'm having a really bad day. Don't worry, I have bad days all the time. So that's for connection. It's not genuine confidence building. It's really important. But they fucking don't sleep. But I'm not sure whether you've seen much about Michelle Obama. She's in the gym every fucking day, kickboxing. She's a warrior chick. She's fucking awesome. And despite her being one of the busiest people in the world, she still works out. Same thing with The Rock. Every day he works out twice before you're awake. Twice. He works out once, has breakfast, works out again. Because he wants to be able to say, I've worked out twice while you're still asleep. He's one of the busiest motherfuckers on the planet. He's the highest paid actor at the moment in the world. And the reason that's the case is, the reason he's doing well is because he finds the time for everything, so he maintains balance. Find time for health, relationships, and soul. We own who we are. So embrace the weird means you're owning all of who you are. All of it. Everything. What you might think other people thinks that's weird. Hobbies, you might play video games outside of fucking work. That's part of who you are. You might listen to fucking opera. Who gives a shit? Yeah? You might want to wear certain clothes. Fuck it. Be yourself. I definitely don't judge anyone in here for anything. I encourage whatever people do for themselves. Always. Yeah. So we own who we are, we bring true selves. We own who we are and bring our true selves in every moment. Our fashion, our thoughts, our hobbies and friends are all rich expressions of who we are. We breathe fun and enjoyment into everything we do. We're an elite team with a family feel. We're not a family. Because family's unconditional. We're not unconditional here. Because if you don't perform, you'll let down the vision and you'll be kicked out. Yeah? Or you'll kick yourself out. It's happened. And that's really important to get. It sounds harsh, but culture is results. And the same for me. If I didn't perform, I'd have to get another fucking CEO. Because the vision's more important and the mission's more important. And we're masters of creating magic moments together. That only comes from embracing ourselves at the highest level. If you're all crippled up and you're not accepting of who you are or who others are, there's too much of a guard up and not enough expression and love for each other to be able to create magic moments. Because everything's blocked by judgment, and this is removing all judgment. And once that's done,
Isabel 只有3 day， 我找到你的时候，我已伤痕累累。你说我遇到瓶颈，需要自己去面对，可做事不在服务区或设计一千费。
So what I'm going to be doing is breaking down what the values are, how to create them, what are the different facets of them. Most people think having a set of values is just the actual value itself. However, there are a few other facets to it that you need to nail as well if you really want to introduce an amazing culture and have the values make a really big impact for your organization. So the first one's just the statement. It is, what is the actual value? Be heart-centered is a value. This is the obvious thing. This is the value, right? This is the basic. The second facet that you need to nail once you've got the actual wording of the value right is the description. So the purpose of that is to give people an understanding of how that how that sentence actually applies and give it some context. So first and foremost, this is the example for be heart-centered. We are role models and lead with good intentions. Okay, so that gives people an understanding. Good intentions, right? Secondly, we empower and lift each other up, always demanding the best from ourselves and the entire team. So it's about lifting each other up. We use the power of our hearts to gather the courage needed to achieve our goals. And that's really the third element. It's using heart over head to actually execute. So this description gives more meaning than just that sentence itself, which is the value. This is the third facet to having amazing values. And it's really probably the most powerful one as well. And that is what's known as values to behaviors. Now I learned this from Jackie D, the legend himself. And the Entourage has been known to be in the top 5 workplaces to work in Australia because he nails this. And so for our team members, this gives people, and for me as well, by the way, this gives everyone a really clear guideline on whether or not they are achieving, driving, or exceeding each value. Core strength or exceptional is kind of the category of the 3 different main facets that you would define as the founder, owner of the business, or if you brainstorm as a leadership team like we did, the 3 main aspects that make up that value. So one is encouragement under Be Heart-Centered, heart over stress, and communication. They're the 3 Be Heart-Centered elements, or come from heart. These are the 3 things that determine whether or not somebody is values aligned or not. So when we go through it, you've got little definitions of what it actually means, whether they're achieving what it means to have that aspect, or whether they're driving it in the business, or whether they're exceeding it. So I'll give an example. Encouragement regularly compliments people throughout the business. That's how someone can know whether they're winning with that. Are they achieving it or not? Secondly, regularly encourages people based on what they are genuinely succeeding at culturally in the business. So instead of just being Mr. Nice Guy, could be a little bit of a pleaser, actually being strategic about the advice that's being given to encourage the aspects of somebody that's going to lead to their growth, results, and happiness. And that's different. That's driving it in the business. Exceptional creates deep confidence with everyone around you while maintaining full self-love. So not actually dissing yourself to be able to create that confidence in others. So that goes more in terms of empowerment as opposed to encouragement. So this is a way for people to go, oh, am I creating deep confidence with everyone around me? Am I encouraging people based on what they're actually succeeding at? Or am I regularly complimenting people throughout the business? They might not even be achieving it. If they're not in this values to behavior spectrum for the aspect of encouragement. So I would highly recommend doing values to behaviors. It's been an incredibly beneficial exercise for us, and this is going to make a huge difference in the business moving forward. So once you've nailed the actual value itself, the wording of that specific value, you've got the description nailed as well. And then you've done values to behaviors for each of those different values you have, whether it's between 3 to 10. Once you've nailed those three things, the only other thing you really want to push is you want to take the values and you want to integrate the values into as many of your business's cadences as humanly possible. So for example, a cadence might be that you have a Monday morning meeting with your team. If that's the case, then it would be great if throughout the week there's always value of the week. What's the value of the week? Then you introduce the value of the week. People get rewarded, or maybe they get a star or a sticker or something that contribute. Every time someone sees them operate with that value, they get a sticker. Whoever gets the most is rewarded. And then at the Monday morning meeting, someone's given a prize for being the best culturally in the business for that value. That is one way to slot it into the cadences. Performance reviews, cultural reviews every quarter, actually getting people to analyze and go through whether their values are aligned or not. So checking in, so it's a cadence now. Putting it on the website. There are different ways to put it into the cadences of the business, and the more you commit to that, the more it's in people's front of mind awareness, the more they learn it, and the more they align with it, so everyone can perform for themselves, the business, and therefore make the difference you guys want to make. So they're the values. If you do these different aspects, the four main aspects that I mentioned around the values, then it's actually going to create a massive impact in the business. If you just write out the values, it'll just sit there and won't mean anything for the people that are in the business or yourself, and it won't create an amazing culture. You have to do all of the aspects, and you need to be super consistent with you pushing those aspects throughout the business, and then you'll nail culture.